How to tell if your life is heading in the right direction. That's the topic we're going to be discussing here tonight live. So stick around for all that and much, much more that's coming right. Live from Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And Bill, the stream is starting. It has not been canceled. My apologies for the delay. But first, if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell. So that way you won't miss a single thing when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. That's absolutely, positively, 1 billion% correct. That's what I do over here. I adhere to help as many people as possible that are first and foremost open to the help. You have to be open to the help in order for anyone to help you, including me. I help people get the best possible grips on their life so that way each and every one of you can accomplish whatever it is that your hearts desire. Welcome to the show, everyone. Before we get started, as always, at the beginning of every stream, you need to make sure that the stream is rolling well on both sides of the fence. First of all, let's check out YouTube and make sure the notification has gone out. And it looks like it has. Let's also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that we are rolling smoothly. And yes, we are also, once again tonight, we are simulcasting live on Facebook. There's one person viewing on Facebook. I'm assuming that's my good buddy. Oh, it's Johnny. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. I thought it was Darren. Darren typically is always here. He may be joining us in a bit on the Facebook side of things. And I will be periodically checking back and forth between YouTube and Facebook, but there's a larger audience on YouTube. So it takes me a little while to get to your Facebook comments. Please forgive me. Johnny says, what's up, man? Not much, bro. Hey, thanks for being here, bro. How are you doing, man? How are things going for you? Are you, preparing for your transition back to Northern California, like you said? You said bedtimes in New Orleans. You been to Mardi Gras out there since you've been out there, Johnny? I'm sure you've been to Mardi Gras. I do want to experience Mardi Gras at some point. Maybe after the pandemic is cleared, I'll take a trip for a week or two out to Louisiana and check out Mardi Gras in New Orleans, right? I know there's another YouTuber out there in Louisiana. He would love it if I, showed up in his neck of the woods, right? Once again on this stream, I have an itch. Excuse me. Jesus. My apologies, folks. My nose has been itching at the beginning of each stream lately, and it's been a good luck itch. But anyway, before we continue further, once again, tonight, I want to pay special props to this channel sponsor. That's none other than my great longtime friend, Troy Brewer, of almost 10 years. He runs an amazing marketing company, one of the most trusted marketing companies on the planet. He is a CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network. For all of your product and service needs from the most trusted professionals in the industry, please visit discovercommunitynetwork.com. I'm getting ahead of myself. www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. Forgive me, Troy, for butchering that. One more time. That's www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. You can also visit a subsidiary of the Discover Community Network known as the DCN Internet Radio Network. And when you go on that website, you're going to find a bunch of talk and music internet radio stations. And more than likely, one of those talk or music internet radio stations will suit your talk or music genre needs. So if you like that kind of thing, check out www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. One more time, that's www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. Both those links are below in the description, about a third of the way down on the YouTube side of things. And you go to either of those websites and also, see how you can connect with Troy, and you connect with him by phone or email. Please do not fail to mention that Coach Eli sends you with lots and lots of love. Plenty of love to go around on Coach Eli's side over here, or in Coach Eli's neck of the woods. All right. Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to the show. I must start off by saying I did do a live stream earlier today, and I know that we may be briefly discussing what happened in that live stream throughout this show. As always on my shows, I do have a specific topic, and I want to primarily focus on that topic, but I'm open to talking about anything. As a life coach, I handle business and personal aspects, right? So we can talk about anything and everything here. And if you have questions regarding anything else that's out of the topic, feel free to ask in the chat, and I'll get to them as soon as possible. All right. So let's just get right to it, because tonight I'm going to start out the show by going over some questions the chat has on YouTube, and Johnny or anyone else on the Facebook side of things. If you have any questions, I'll get to those as well. Then I'm going to share one example regarding the topic here, which is how to tell if your life is heading in the right direction. One more time, how to tell if your life is heading in the right direction. Now, I know most people are going to be like, this is a boring topic, Eli. My life is all good. Everything's all happening, But is it really? Is it really happening exactly the way that you want it to go, or do you want to better your life? Are you content living a mediocre life, or do you want to live a great life? And that's totally up to you. So I'm going to share an example or two, from my, aspects of it personally. And then after that, I will take a quick break, and then I have another amazing blog I'm going to be going over tonight through the website thoughtcatalog.com, and it's called 8 Signs Your Life is Going in the Right Direction. And when I read this blog earlier today, I was looking for something that really resonated with me, that had some great bullet points to go over, and this blog, perfect. You'll see when we get there later on during the second half of the show. So, lots of questions coming in on the YouTube side of things. Let's start off at the top of the chat here on YouTube. Lewis Fuller, good evening, Coach Eli. I just gave you a like, says Lewis. Welcome to the show, Lewis. If you're still around, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the like. Vimeti Polygonier, I can't pronounce your name. I'm just going to call you Vimeti. Dude, I'm so excited. Why is that? You were on the stream earlier, and you wanted to ask some life coaching questions. I hope you're not trolling, bro. If you're here to seriously learn something and you need some advice, and you have questions, I'm all for it. I'm a little leery when people are a little overly excited when they first, come on my channel, because that's what the trolls typically do, to kind of, try to make myself feel like, oh, somebody new is here that really cares, right? So, I'm a pretty intuitive guy, but if you're here for the right reasons, then I'd be happy to help you. But my troll radar is pretty spot on. So, Vimeti, if you're all good and you want to ask some honest questions, and out of nowhere you don't go crazy and, say some trollish stuff that my spam filter will probably catch, then we're all good. And if you're not a troll, my apologies. I just have a very strong sense of trolls, and my troll radar is sky high for you, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens. No big deal. I'm not trying to project. I'm just, being honest with you. James Pink, welcome back. I know this is off topic, but great stream last night on Rogues about face bow down to L theory. His actions left a lot of people stunned. Yeah, I'll discuss that briefly here. I did a live stream earlier this morning, and then I took a long nap. I slept during the day. I was up all night working and watching what happened last night in a few other YouTube communities. And for those of you that are part of the YouTube side of things, the Facebook side probably won't have a clue regarding this. I did put the Facebook stream, the Facebook version of this morning's stream that I did on private because it's not going to make sense to that audience. The stream I did on my YouTube channel earlier this morning is, pretty much catered to more of a smaller niche type of community. Now, people on YouTube can learn from it, even if they haven't been a part of my community, but the people on Facebook are not going to have a clue. So, but here's the thing, James. I was more so thinking about, what happened last night on Rogue's channel, then when he went on to Jamie Theory's channel. And then I did my stream in the morning, and Rogue was participating. And again, my apologies, Rogue. My mods banned you a couple of times because they thought you were a troll, and I kept trying to tell them, your YouTube channel name is in the title, but I guess they didn't put two and two together. And I had different mods coming in throughout the show, so my apologies. But you are unbanned. What I honestly think happened is that I think that Jamie and his crew, I think they found, Rogue's docs. And that one thing I didn't mention on the stream this morning was that, they were talking about that, and they said that they didn't have his docs. Now, I don't believe that. I'll tell you why. There's no reason. There would have been no reason for Rogue, who's a successful YouTuber. He has almost 21K subs. He has his own thing going, and he talks about channels and people that are cringy and are interesting in a strange way, right? He typically doesn't get into bed with these people. So for him to show up on Jamie Theory's stream last night, to me, and this is what I feel actually happened, whether they say this or not, whether Jamie or Rogue say this or not, to me, there'd be no other point for Rogue to go on a stream unless he felt like he had to go there to protect himself from something, because this is how Jamie works, okay? Jamie likes to make deals with people, right? And he's tried to make deals with me before, and I've never, ever, ever made a deal with Jamie, because I'll tell you why. Deals that Jamie makes have to be 100% in his benefit, in his favor. And if they're not, he doesn't make those deals, right? When he's tried to make deals with me in the past, I say, dude, no, this is what I want. This is fair. You get this, I get this. We part ways, we're all good, right? He's like, no, I'm not open to that, right? If anyone's ever made a deal with that guy, just look at it. It's more one-sided in his favor, right? And why does he do that? Because of the cringy things he does, lots of people talk about him, and they're spot on. And the only way he can stop these people from talking about him, about what they're spot on about, is to find information about them where he can gain the upper hand with leverage, right? This is the game that Jamie plays. Jamie is looking for leverage on you to the point of where he can control you and get what he wants, right? So what do I think happened? What is the only thing that Jamie could get leverage on Rogue regarding? That's his docs, right? Why? Because Rogue is an anonymous YouTuber. I respect that. He's an anonymous YouTuber, doesn't show his face, and doesn't use his name, right? Okay? So if Rogue is talking about Jamie, he's spot on about Jamie doesn't like it, and Jamie wants it to stop, how's the only way? What's the only way Jamie's going to be able to stop it? Is by getting leverage on Rogue. What's the only thing that's going to, make Rogue listen? I've got your docs, right? If Jamie says, I've got your docs, or he sends one of his minions over to his channel, to chat in his chat and make him aware through that aspect or through email, I've got your docs, right? So here's the thing. I've got your docs is what probably happened, on Jamie's end, right? Why don't you come on my channel? Let's have a discussion here. Let's work this out. But don't mention the docs or anything. Let's just play it cool, right? There's really no other reason why he would have gone on that stream. Now, I think Rogue's a good guy, and I have nothing bad to say about him, and I respect him in what he does, and I respect the fact that he was on my stream chatting earlier this morning. But again, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would kowtow to anyone unless they have leverage on him. And again, if you think about it logically, what's the only thing that Jamie and his crew could get leverage on? That's his docs, right? So I honestly think they have his docs and they leverage that. At the same time, as part of the deal, which is one-sided, right? As always with Jamie, deals are one-sided because he gets leverage on people to the point of where he can make it one-sided. If you don't do this, I'm going to dox you, right? Right? Or maybe he didn't put it that way. Maybe he said, dude, I know everything about you. I have your information. Let's make a deal, right? I understand how the game is played. I also know the way Jamie plays the game. He's one-sided. He's very, very selfish and one-sided, right? And Rogue's not the kind of guy that would put up with that BS unless he fears getting doxxed. That's the only thing, in my opinion, that would throw Rogue off, right? So that's my answer to that, James Pink. I think that's what happened. Will we ever know the truth? Probably not. Who knows? Maybe Rogue will talk about it at some point. But if Rogue talks about it and goes against, Jamie's wishes, somehow one of Jamie's minions will dox him on a sock account or something, and Rogue doesn't want that to happen. Truth of the matter is, they're probably going to do it anyway if they have his docs, right? That's what I think it all boils down to. That's the only thing that would make logical sense. Hey, Sue, how you doing? Welcome to the show. How's it going? I know you popped on in here a few weeks back, and then you had to get going. But welcome to the show. I know we need to catch up at some point. I've been extremely focused on my coaching business and my YouTube channel, and I've been so limited on time. But I will catch up with you at some point, and we'll talk. It's been a while. Sue's one of my longtime friends, stemming back to the days of the Hillsdale Cinema. I actually used to work with her at the Hillsdale Cinema. And Sue, Johnny in the chat, I don't know if you were still working at Hillsdale Cinema when Johnny was there. I think you both were. This is interesting. Two people I met at the Hillsdale Cinema, my first job. If we're looking back to, what was this, 1989, 99, 09, 19. Wow, 32 years ago. Oh my God. 32 years ago. Can you freaking believe that? Well, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here. Let's see. Bimetti says, it's okay though. Your content is worth the wait. That's why I think you're kind of trolling, bro. I mean, it's a nice sentiment if you're genuine about it. But for a brand new consumer of content here, you're laying it on a bit thick. If that's just how you are, it's all good, but it sounds kind of trollish to me. But anyway, we'll see. Bill Bradford says, hi all on the YouTube side of things. American Dream 6.2, breaking news. AD's in the house. AD, man, lots of love for you, bro. How you doing, man? How you doing? Welcome to the show. American Dream, stick around because part of my story, sharing, how I can tell my life is heading in the right direction at this point, involves you. So stick around for that, American Dream. Bill Bradford, is this stream starting? Has the stream been canceled? Right after you posted that, Bill, I went live. Took me a little longer to set up the stream, and I had to run a quick errand unexpectedly before the show. So I'm sorry for starting like 10 to 13 minutes late. Tried to get these shows started as close to on time as possible. But there's a lot that goes into these shows, and I kind of put this show together at the last minute. So, I was just, working as hard as possible to get everything set up. So again, my apologies for the delay. Vimetti says it started. Okay, you're excited. That's great. Bill Bradford, okay. American Dream 6.2 says, hi, everyone. Bill Bradford says, let me see here. I have enjoyed your relationship stories and your videos about Trump. Yeah, there really hasn't been a whole lot to talk about Trump lately. From what I hear, I think he's planning on running again, unless somehow Congress can find a way to keep him out. Here's the thing: if Trump gets convicted, of any felonies or misdemeanors, I believe he can't run. He's got a lot of civil lawsuits that he's well, those are civil, so that wouldn't matter. I think there's even a criminal case on him as well, too, or two. So it's been really hard to keep up with Trump stuff because there's a lot of stuff going on. And by the way, how many of you heard about Tiger Woods today? His car went off the road and it rolled, and he's pretty seriously injured, but he's still alive. Everything, he's going to be okay. But he broke some bones, and it's just crazy what's been happening. I heard that he was speeding. He was driving way too fast, which I feel bad that he got into an accident. But if you drive fast on certain roads, if you drive too fast, period, you put yourself at a greater risk for having an accident. I heard he hit the center divide at a high rate of speed. His car bounced off a bit and then spun across the other side of the road and rolled down a hill because there was no guardrail there. So thankfully he's still alive. But yeah, lots of stuff in the news lately, I'll tell you that. Lots of stuff in the news. Johnny says you should. Johnny says, I'm not sure, but I think I left Hillsdale Cinema. He's saying I should come out to New Orleans and experience Mardi Gras. Not sure, but I think I left Hillsdale Cinema in 1990, maybe 89. Yeah, I got hired summer of 89. I think you were there for like 3 or 4 months. You either left towards the end of 89 or the beginning of 90. I moved to London in June of 90. Okay. Yeah, I think you were there for at least 3 to 6 months, at least throughout the summer. I started working there the summer of 89. So I remember that clearly. Let's see. Grandpa Joe, what's the topic? Well, it's Grandpa Joe. You should read the title of the stream, How to Tell If Your Life is Heading in the Right Direction. Bill Bradford, how did your phone date go? The one you mentioned the other night. It went quite well. I haven't heard from her in a few days. Actually, she did try to text me yesterday, and I got so busy I haven't got back to her. And she seems cool. She seems really into me, but I'm not sure if I completely, feel it for her. So in this situation, it's more me wondering whether I want to pursue it or not. She's definitely showing me a high level of interest. After talking with her, I learned a lot of things, and she's not a bad person, but she's got a lot of things that she's experienced and dealt with in life, physically and otherwise. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But the right one will come along, whether it's her or somebody else. The right one will come along when it's meant to be. Grandpa Joe, when you get to my age, not soiling my pants is an achievement. Well, all right, Grandpa Joe, that's great. Not so nerdy gaming. Will's in the house, moderator and channel member. Hey, everyone, says Will. Hey, Will, how's it going, brother? Welcome to the show. American Dream 6.2 says amazing. Let's see here. Looks like Papa John was in the house. Thanks for banning Papa John. I believe that was you, Dream. Oh man, these people are crazy. Are you handing out free pizza, Papa John, says Grandpa Joe? Bill Bradford, I've never heard of a Redwood City pizza. That's the city I live in. That's what he meant by that. Okay. Give me a second here. Okay. Speaking of the woman I was talking with, she just sent me a text. So maybe I'll give her a call later tonight. When women reach out to you without you reaching out to them, that's showing a high level of interest. That's exactly what you want, guys. You got to allow women to do 70 to 80% of all calling, texting, and pursuing. You can initiate stuff 20 to 30% of the time as a guy, but if you want it to really work out and you want her to have a high level of interest, she's got to be chasing you. That's just the way it works. So it's all good. I'm just going to run my show and I'll get back to her when I can. See what happens, right? Rogue Internet Man's in the house. Hey, how you doing, Rogue? Great to see you back. Please do not ban Rogue Internet Man. It is actually really him. Someone said, you said on the stream that Jamie threatened to dox me. He didn't threaten to, from everything I've seen. No worries, Rogue. No worries, man. I mean, people they're asking. You may want to do a stream or a video and explain what happened because your audience is asking me. Some of them have emailed me and they're just wondering, if I know anything about, why you went on Jamie's stream last night. And look, I mean, you're a grown man. You can do whatever you want to do. It is an interesting question, though, and I'm kind of curious about it myself. But yeah, no, a lot of people are wondering because there really is no value, for you on that channel. And it was a channel that, you were talking pretty strongly about. And I, along with your audience, was supporting you on that because we know this guy. But yeah, it's all good, man. I hope they're not, trying to blackmail you or, gain some leverage on you. That's what I wanted to say. That's what Jamie does. Jamie will get leverage on somebody typically and will blackmail them, which makes his deals one-sided, right? That's why you can't deal with a guy like that. That's another thing about him. He loves to blackmail people. That's why I don't trust that guy and never will. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, I'm just now getting here. So yeah, no worries, man. I didn't even expect you to be here, but come and go as you wish. No problem. These trolls have pitiful mentalities, says American Dream 6.2. True. Breaking news, says American Dream 6.2. Mr. Rogue, I apologize for blocking you earlier. I didn't know who you were. My regrets. Thank you for that, Dream. And Dream, I'm going to share some things about you here in a second that pertain to the topic. And you've been a part of my life lately heading in the right direction. And I think that I've been a part of your life heading in the right direction. It's been a mutual thing. And when it happens that way, bro, it's beautiful, you know. Bill Bradford, I haven't heard of Redwood City. Is the city associated with redwood trees? Well, that's why it's called Redwood City. Redwood City is in San Mateo County. It is in the San Francisco Bay Area in Northern California, where I live. Half an hour south of San Francisco and half an hour north of San Jose, the other big city in the San Francisco Bay Area. Rogue Internet Man says it's fine. Okay, cool. James Pink, Rogue, why? Why did you do it? Yeah, I think James is one of the few people that's been vocal about it. I think a lot of Rogue's people want to stay quiet. A few of them have emailed me and they've asked me to stay, you know, to keep it anonymous, and I'm going to respect that. But yeah, and you know, it's up to Rogue what he wants to do. Maybe he's planning to do a video. I think if Rogue did a video on this, you know, I mean, we are YouTubers at the same time. It would get him some good traction. But it's up to him. Maybe he'll do a stream on it. Maybe he'll do a pre-recorded video. I mean, this is just my opinion. Rogue can do whatever he wants to do. But if it was me, I would definitely, you know, do a response to it. And I would have probably done it by now. But, you know, he's got other things going on. So, or maybe he's still trying to figure out what's going on, you know, with Jamie and myself and other people. And I don't blame him. He's doing the right thing. He's, you know, scoping out the scene. And that's what I do. Like, I really get to know people, you know, before, if I'm going to talk about somebody or something, I get to know people to get my facts as straight as possible. Bill Bradford, quite a famous tree. They grow for hundreds of years. Some are older than the USA. That's a good point, Bill Bradford. Rogue Internet Man, I know my audience haven't emailed you. I know for a fact the only person from my community that I've seen show up here is James Pink guy. But I've said several times why I went on. Rogue Internet Man says, regardless if I have beef with Jamie or other people, I can set aside my grievances to try to understand a differing perspective. I respect that. I totally do. I totally respect that. And, you know, maybe part of, you know, throwing your audience off, which is what I'm trying to say, Rogue, is part of the thing. You keep people interested. You keep them invested in the story. And I can understand that. I'm curious to see how you're going to play this out. It's interesting, man. It's interesting. Let's see. Grandpa Joe, I'm a real Casanova when you get to know me. That's great, Grandpa Joe. Best of luck to you to find a woman like you've been seeking so you can be a Casanova to her, right? James Pink says, just your attitude, Rogue. You went from a giant to a mouse. I hate to say it, but that's the underlying feeling. And listen, whether James Pink was here saying that or not, or anyone else reaching out to me privately saying that or not, I have to agree. I'm not criticizing Rogue, and I'm not saying that, you know, he's a coward. He's not. He's definitely not a coward. He's a good guy. It's just he's probably trying to figure out how he wants to play this. Rogue says, at James Pink, you literally aren't even subscribed to my channel and only began to interact with it since the Jamie stuff started. My viewers genuinely don't care. They want blood sports. And that's a good point, too. Like, he doesn't cater all of his content to the Jamie situation. So yeah. James Pink, I unsubscribed after last night. I don't think that's worthy of an unsubscribe, but that's on you, you know, James. But I respect everyone's opinion. So let me just share one story here. Let me share one story here before I take a break and then come back and go over this wonderful blog, 8 Signs Your Life is Going in the Right Direction. So how do I tell? How can I tell when my life is going in the right direction? In my opinion, or what's happened to me, is that I get this feeling, this emotional feeling. It's an overwhelming emotional feeling of greatness, to the point of where I almost feel like I'm going to shed a tear, even as a man. And guys, here's the thing: us men, we have emotions too. Okay, now we try to hold our emotions back because we don't want to be called a woman, right? I get that, but we are going to have emotions, right? And there were even a few things last night, this morning, when, for example, when Rogue offered me to, be a guest on his show, and I turned him down, not because I wanted to, because I don't want to give him or the Jamie side the impression that I'm trying to leverage his subs or use him. I wanted to show both Rogue and the other side that I'm a giver with no expectation, and my intentions for doing this are pure. But the fact alone that he offered me that, made me a little emotional. And at times as a man, you're going to feel that emotion. If you go back and watch the replay like I did, you could see my eyes, feeling the emotion. That was genuine, folks. That's not skidded or fake, right? That's not the kind of person I am. But that's when I know when things are heading in the right direction, because I get that overwhelming feeling of happy emotions that almost even makes me, a grown man, feel like I'm about to cry. Nothing wrong with that. I didn't cry, but it's that overwhelming feeling that you're going to get, right? Let me see what's going on in the chat here, because every time I start talking, it starts to go a little crazy. Rogue says, James Pink was never subscribed. I can see who is and who isn't. Well, some people subscribe privately, bro. You can't see everyone that's subscribed to you. You can only see people that are publicly subscribed to you. You can turn off your subscriptions, per channel. So they have to be publicly subscribed to you through their end. But whether he was subscribed to you or not, it's irrelevant. Let's see what's going on. American Dream 6.2, tread lightly, trolls. Respect our host and his guests. Okay. Well, thank you, Dream. James Pink says, yes, Rogue, I can use my real channel name. I don't want anyone knowing who I am. I've been a member for a long time. You really let your audience down. Well, James Pink, let me ask you this. If that's the case, then how about you make a few other people aware that we're talking about this partially throughout this stream, and have them come here and voice their opinion. There has to be, if a large amount of people feel this way, there has to be more than just you stating this. Rogue says, at James Pink, my audience is loving the dumpster fire. Well, the few that even care. Right. God loves me. Welcome to the show. Let me make sure that's the real you. 126 subscribers. And GLM, I know it's you. I unsubscribed to you. Why are all your videos private? Did you get a strike, GLM? GLM, what happened to your channel? Why is everything on private? Did you get a strike, GLM? Did you get a community guideline strike? For bullying and harassment? For hateful and abusive content? What happened, GLM? GLM, I'm just messing with you, but I'm curious to know. It's all good. You can see all subscriptions using certain networking applications. Oh, you have one of those plugins. I get it. I know what you got. But natively through YouTube, you can't. But in your way, you can. It absolutely is not irrelevant. Did a quick back search and his SCID is matched with someone. Okay. Okay. James Pink, Rogue, I don't know what to say. Your actions, behavior, a real letdown. God loves me. I'm a rogue and American Dream groupie. I'm here for them. No strike. Well, why'd you put everything to private? Do you need my social security number too? No, that'd be a privacy issue, GLM. Oh, boy. No, GLM, I'm just curious. Are you taking a break? You were doing some streams and reacting to certain things, but that's okay. That's all good. So, continuing on, how I've been able to tell my life heading in the right direction for certain aspects. I'm mentioning one particular aspect here. Like, one of the most important things to me over the last 4 years has been growing my coaching business, because it's my purpose and my passion, and I love this. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And it's been a struggle, as it is with any YouTuber that's trying to grow, right? I realize that much of the people on YouTube around these parts are losers, and I don't want to be bothered with the BS this time, since God loves me. I don't blame you. I think you knew that a long time ago, GLM. GLM says, Dream, how you been, brother? It's all good, GLM. GLM, as funny as it may sound, despite what's happened in the past, I've got respect for you. I do. Despite what you did in the past, and I've done some things too, don't get me wrong, I'm not a saint, right? But again, I think the things that you did, you probably felt pressure to do, despite what you say. You're a strong woman, GLM, but anyone can give in to pressure, right? But I appreciate your actions lately, and I respect how you've turned things around. I think we've all learned a lot from these past people we used to associate with that are just full of drama, at least the good people that got out. I'm okay. Staying sober, says Dream. You've done lots, Eli. GLM, I'm not a saint, but I will tell you this. Everything I've always done has been with the right intentions. And I'm not saying that, doing things that technically may not be right, doing those things to protect yourself from bad people, it may not be the right thing, but sometimes you don't really have a choice. Nope, I would do it again. Tanky Dream. All right, GLM. If that's the way it's going to be, it's all good. No big deal. You want to come hang out with me sometime, GLM, at the park? It's all good. Let's have a picnic. How's that? And then you can call me little man again, even though we're the same exact height. You're a tall chick, and I respect that. It's all good, GLM. It's all good. You always have a choice, bro. Of course. American Dream 6.2 experience, wisdom, knowledge. So in this one example, I want to mention how American Dream has made a huge difference in my life recently. And how this showed me and made me aware that my life is heading in the right direction in one aspect. Talking about, my business and my purpose of, doing what I do out here on YouTube and being a life coach, right? Dream started supporting me secretly behind the scenes, and then he went public. And then him and I started talking by phone last week. And it's been really nice. He's a good guy. He's very down to earth. He's very, very genuine. He's very real. And I believe that's how he's always been. He's just going through a lot right now. He's in a marriage that he's not happy. He loves his wife, but he's not in love with her. There's a difference loving someone and being in love with someone. And so we've been talking, and he appreciates the help, and he's open to the help, and I'm happy to help him, right? But at the same time, this guy is helping me. maybe realizing it, maybe not realizing it. And it goes beyond the donations he's made. This guy has shared me out to his audience and invited people here and has actually helped me get this channel back on track with better quality people. And when I started seeing that happening, I didn't ask him for any of this. He did it out of the kindness of his heart. In the same ways I'm helping him. Excuse me. Give me a second. I had to clear my throat. I'm sorry. In the same ways that I'm helping him, he's helping me. And neither one of us expected anything from the other. And I want to say again, Dream, I'm very grateful and thankful for you in many ways. And I recognize that, and I appreciate that. And GLM, when I was first getting to know Dream, when you first started coming back and popping on in my channel occasionally, like tonight, you were saying, Dream is good people, right? Good people, that phrase, right? And he is. I got to know him, and he really is. And everything else that people say about him in a negative way is because they're jealous of him. They're projecting their insecurities onto him in the same ways that they've been doing it to me, right? And that's another reason why Dream and I have bonded, because we've shared the exact same experiences out here on YouTube, where all we wanted to do is come out here and create our content, right? To people that want to enjoy our content. But then you get that group of people that's been coming at me, and then the same group of people came at him too. We relate to that, right? I'm very, very grateful and thankful for your friendship, Dream. It's been a great pleasure helping you, also being your friend, and I appreciate what you've done for me. And that's another time when I feel that a high increase of emotion as a man, to where you can see it in my eyes, like now, where you almost feel like you want to cry as a grown man, but you kind of keep it deep within. But when you feel that strong level of an emotion for another friend, even a guy, no funny stuff, he's a guy friend, right? It's a great feeling. That's the feeling that basically tells you that, yeah, things are going in the right direction. And because what I do here on YouTube and my life coaching business is my absolute purpose, this defines who I am. If this doesn't work out for me, my purpose is shot. That's how much I love this. And for Dream to have made such a big impact in this heading in the right direction, it makes me feel that high level of emotion. I know it's heading in the right direction, which means my overall life is heading more so in the right direction, because your purpose defines you. Your purpose defines who you are. And if you don't have a purpose, you got nothing else. You got nothing else. Dream, are you messing with GLM? Let me see here. Oh, there was a sock account made of GLM. How pathetic. Let me see. I'll check it out right now. Well, when I looked up the channel with the go-to channel extension, it shows that comment, I'm on new medication, is your actual channel, GLM, unless the plugin has it wrong. Anyway, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I'm going to go to bed. Y'all take care. That GLM comment about was a brutal mafia clone. Night, night. What is in the past is in the past. I agree. I agree, GLM. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. We may have a clone vector security scan. It says Dream. Okay. American Dream 6.2 with a $5 super chat. Oh, man, I got an itch because of that, Dream. Hang on. One of the GLM accounts was hidden by accident. My apologies. It's unhidden. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Dream. Oh, my God. My nose is itching again. Give me a second. Whenever I get that bad of an itch, it's typically because good things are about to happen. Thank you, Dream, for the $5 super chat. Number one pool player says, where has Moonchild been? I've been thinking the same thing. I'm going to be honest with you. Either she didn't like what I said on my stream the other day when we were talking about her and her boyfriend, and she had requested that topic, or her boyfriend has told her to not, come to my streams anymore. I mean, she's a moderator here on this channel, and she may be watching behind the scenes and not chatting, but I'm going to give her a few days. I'm going to give her until Friday, to let me know what's going on. If I don't hear from her, I'm going to have to remove her mod wrench. Because it's funny to me when someone's been as consistent as her, coming here every single day, right? Or at least communicating with me through Facebook and other ways. Facebook, she's a part of the private moderator hangout group behind the scenes. I know people get busy, but she's been communicative every day. For it to stop like that, her boyfriend has probably forced her to stop talking with us and with me, which is another reason to get out of that relationship, because that's a controlling guy, and you don't really want to be with somebody like that. You see what happens, folks? You're truthful with people. You try to help them, right? And then, they're around consistently, and all of a sudden, poof, they disappear, right? Now, hopefully she's not around for that reason and nothing worse has happened to her. Like sometimes people get sick or they get in an accident or something happens, right? But I don't think that's what happened. I don't think that's what happened. I think what happened is her boyfriend, I think his name is Ash, basically got mad at her and told her not to come around. Oh my gosh, hang on. I'm sorry, folks. I'm getting a super itch. That means great things are happening. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll update you folks and let you know what's going on. If I don't hear from her by the end of Friday, I mean, pretty much then she's probably done. That happens sometimes. Sometimes people come and go. Sometimes people need a little support, and then they just they go, and that's okay. I think she's a good person, but I think that she's being controlled by this guy, and I think she knows it too. But they've been together for 12 years. They live 3 hours apart from each other. It's hard to let an emotional attachment like that go, American Dream 6.2 says, no accident. Thank you, Coach. American Dream 6.2, good night, GLM says Dream. Dream says, I saw Moonchild the day before yesterday. Yeah, she hasn't been around since then. The reason why it's odd is because she's been around every day, at least privately or publicly. I haven't heard from her, period, privately or publicly. and we're connected on Facebook and Hangouts, I did a 30-minute phone coaching session with her that lasted like an hour and a half. That's okay. I offered that to her. She has my cell number. She hasn't texted, nothing. And it doesn't bother me. I'm just wondering what's going on. I think what's going on is that, because I spot on called out what her man was doing, and I feel her man is not treating her right and is doing things in a selfish way and not taking her feelings into consideration. He didn't like that. So what's he going to do to gain leverage and control? He's going to say, hey, look, I don't want you talking with that Eli guy anymore. I don't want you going there anymore. He's wrong about what he said about me. Well, no, Ash, you saying that to her is just projecting your insecurities. You don't think she's going to pick up on that? You don't think that Moon knows that you're an insecure guy and you got some issues? She knows that. She hasn't let you go because a 12-year emotional attachment is hard to let go. She has to work through that. I can tell you, Ash, when she finally works through this and realizes that you're controlling her and that you're selfish and inconsiderate to her wants and needs, she's going to dump your ass, bro. That's all, bro. Great question there, pool player. You didn't have to retract your message. I screen record the chat so people can see what you wrote. When you folks retract your messages, yeah, it gets rid of it on the Google side, but it screen records it on the screen. Message retracted. Well, I hope she's okay too. Number one pool player. Yes, I think she was a little mad about conversation. I don't think she wanted you to tell her story. She didn't want me to tell her story because she didn't want her insecure and immature and unstable boyfriend to dump her, which, quite frankly, I think that relationship is not a real relationship. She came to me for help, and, she's going through some stuff, and, she wanted me to discuss the topic, do long-distance relationships work? Okay. Well, why are you curious about that topic? Because my boyfriend lives 3 hours away by car. Okay. And you're not happy about that. If you were happy about that, you wouldn't want to follow content like that. You want to hear my thoughts about that because you're dealing with it and you don't like it, right? You see, this is the thing. This is what some women do. No disrespect, Moonchild. I have a lot of respect for you, and you're a good person. You want to make a change for your life. You want to better yourself, right? And when somebody gives you the right answer to try to help you and get you back on track, you skip town from the help, right? And you keep yourself in that situation that's making you unhappy, right? And like I said, it's a codependent relationship. She's getting something from him. He's getting something from her. It's not a healthy relationship. The truth hurts. Enough said. I'm still getting that itch. Hold on. Jesus Christ, man. This is a horrible itch tonight. That means something great is happening. Something great's going to happen. Have you read the 3% Man? Are you talking about Coach Corey Wayne? Absolutely, I've read 3% Man. I am a 3% man, brother. A lot of the principles I teach are similar to Coach Corey Wayne's. That was 30 minutes ago. I don't know if you're still around, Johnny. Shanera, how you doing? 29 minutes ago. We need to connect for some discussion. Yeah, Shanera, if you're still around, let me know. When do you want to talk? Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. I'm sorry, didn't mean to neglect the Facebook side of things, but there's been a lot happening on the YouTube side. How much did you charge her for coaching her? If you don't mind me asking. I've been offering free coaching sessions throughout February. I've offered people a free 30-minute phone coaching session. And when we talked, I gave her an hour and a half. I had some extra time, and I really wanted to help her. So I didn't charge her anything at all. And if anyone wants to speak with me, regarding their issues for a free 30-minute phone coaching session between now and the end of February, just email me at coacheli@coacheli.com. We'll make it happen. Sometimes the truth is tough. The truth is always tough, but the truth shall set you free, right? I mean, why would you want to get help from someone if they're not going to be truthful with you? How are you going to better yourself if you don't hear the truth, whether you like it or not, right? And see, folks, this is why, when it comes to women, this is a perfect example. No disrespect, moon child. Still have respect for you, right? This is why I say, when it comes to women, don't look at what they say. Look at what they do, right? She was still viewing that entire stream the other day where we talked about this, and she said that she was fine and everything's okay, right? I wasn't buying it. But look at her actions now. She hasn't been around since that point, right? So as a guy, if you're dating a woman, for example, and she tells you she's into you, but she doesn't make it easy for you to spend time with her and keep in touch, right? That shows you otherwise. So, anyway. So, Dream. Jesus, man, my nose is still itching. I've never had this much of an itch. It's probably because something amazing is happening. I know it. Actions speak louder than words, says Bill Bradford. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, Bill. But yeah, Dream, I do want to be honest and say, hey, you have made a huge difference in my life recently as well. Even as a coach, I'm coming out and telling you that. I'm glad I've been able to help you, but at the same time, you've helped me in more ways than you know, bro. In more ways than you know. And I greatly appreciate it, man. Now, folks, I'm going to step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. When I get back, I'm going to go over this blog on the website, thoughtcatalog.com. 8 signs your life is going in the right direction. Okay, give me a second here. All right. So let me cue up some royalty-free YouTube music here. Do. Do. All right, folks. Oh, wait, I need one more. Okay, all set. Going to step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. Like I said, when we return, we're going to go over the blog 8 signs your life is going in the right direction. So stick around. We'll be right yeah, I'm back. Whoa. Hey, don't give up. Don't ever give up on yourself. This is the road to success. Yeah. Yeah, I'll address your comment number one, pool player, in just a few here. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I feel it. Do you feel it? Do you feel good? Things are headed in the right direction over here on the Grip on Life channel on YouTube, and also on the simulcast end of the Facebook feed. Let's not forget about our Facebook friends as well. All right. Yeah. Yes. Round two's coming right up. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, and once again also simulcasting live on Facebook. Glad you could all join me tonight. The day that we are recording this live stream is on February 23rd, 2021. It is Tuesday. I state that because all these streams have great replay value. So if you watch this stream a year down the road, you will learn a thing or two or three about how to get a better grip on your life through one of the many various topics I discuss on personal aspects of life and business aspects of life as well. If you have any business questions, feel free to ask me. I'm well versed on that as well. Tonight, we've been discussing how to tell if your life is heading in the right direction. One more time, how to tell if your life is heading in the right direction. If you missed the first part of the show, go back and check out the replay when it goes to a replay. And you'll hear a story I shared about something recently that made me feel my life is heading in the right direction according to my purpose. I also shared, how important your purpose is, once again, to feeling good about yourself and, having that feeling like you're accomplished, which is very, very important. So let's do this. Let me go through the chat and catch up with that. Facebook is all clear. Let me see what's going on the YouTube side of things before I get to this blog. Okay, number one pool player says, my concern with it is you had a private conversation with her. You're making me believe, number one pool player, that you're her boyfriend. You keep talking about this. You have the right to do that. But I'm having a feeling you're either Moonchild's boyfriend or you're Moonchild on a sock. I don't know. I think you may be her boyfriend. My concern with it is you had a private conversation with her. I wouldn't want you to tell my conversation on a live. She was obviously hurt that you told her story. And he says he feels great about himself down below. Here's the thing, number one pool player. Like I mentioned on that stream, first of all, she doesn't use her real name out here. No one knows who she is. And her boyfriend, I believe, doesn't use his real name. He just popped in for a second, right? And at the end of the day, you have to understand one thing. People don't want to hear the truth. And it's not that, they don't want it put out there publicly. Like, nobody knows who these people are. And, they could be a fictional character for whatever everyone else knows, right? And plus, when I do things out here, when I give away my services for free, I do it out of the kindness of my heart, but it also has to bring me some value to my audience. if I'm going to do a stream on something, I'm going to do it because I do want to help that person, but it also has to make sense for myself and my audience, and it has to bring value at a broad-based level. Okay? Now, if this was somebody that was paying me for my services, that's a different story. Now, I'm not saying that, I would have mentioned this story if she didn't suggest the topic initially, which is what I'm trying to say. Okay? But she did suggest the topic. And what that told me is that she really needs to help. She really wants to help. She really wants to talk about this. I'm like, okay, I'll put in the time, energy, and effort to create a stream. It takes several hours to prepare for it. Then I do the stream. It takes several hours to do it and energy. On top of the hour and a half of my time I gave her to help her free of charge. Okay? The truth of the matter is that, you say that she was obviously hurt that you told her story. She's not hurt at me. She's not mad at me. Maybe she thinks she's mad at me. Maybe you think she's mad at me. No. She's mad at the fact that I'm spot on about my assessment. She's hurting because she's trying to come to terms with what I shared and letting her boyfriend go because he's not the right fit for her and moving on with her life. But at the same time, like I said, I feel their relationship is a codependent one. She may need him for something. He may need her for something, right? Which is very, very toxic, right? And who really wants to hear the truth about their situation when they're torn and they're hurting, bro? Well, here's the thing, number one pool player. You say, I understand it, just caught me off guard when I saw her response. Well, dude, how are you going to help someone better their life when they come to you for help if you're not honest with them? Okay? How are you going to help someone, right? I don't sugarcoat things. I'm a straightforward, honest, loving, caring, and considerate type of guy. I consider myself to be an unconventional life coach because I'm not going to suck up to people or kiss their butt, bro. I'm not going to do that. And quite frankly, I want her to stick around and I would love for her to keep participating. And I respect her and I think she's a good person and I value who she is. But I don't do what I do just for her. I do this for everyone at a broad-based level, right? I've got a lot of people that I'm helping and that I'm reaching. It's not just about one person, right? But again, the truth of the matter is this, is that she knows the truth. She knows what's going on. And, when I confirmed her suspicions about what's going on with her boyfriend, it hit her like a ton of bricks, right? And it's because he ended up probably reaching out to her. He probably yelled at her. He probably told her to stop coming here, stop communicating with myself and other people from my channel, right? Which is furthering the toxicity of that relationship, right? She even said, she goes, I don't want to get dumped tonight, right? She had sent me a message behind the scenes saying, I don't want to get dumped tonight. Well, why would you even say that? Why would you even say that if you weren't already fearing that, right? Why would you even say that if you're happy in your relationship? You're not happy. You want out, right? You want out. But you can't come to terms with it because you've been with him for 12 years. The emotional attachment is there. And most importantly, you're probably getting something from him and he's getting something from you. You're in a codependent relationship, right? This is toxic. It's really, really toxic. And quite honestly, I would rather have somebody be mad at me and never speak with me again and get the right information and help they need to eventually figure it out and better their lives than me just suck up to them, tell them what they want to hear and keep them around. Many people in the past have encountered the same situation with me, right? And then a year down the road, they come back and they say, Eli, you were right. will you welcome me back to your channel? You helped me. I didn't want to admit it. I didn't realize it at that point. But what you said was spot on. And now I made those changes and I'm heading on a better path, right? One day, she will come to terms with that. She'll realize that. But it's going to take time, and she's going to have to come to that realization on her own. But I'm proud of the way I handled it. I handled it professionally, maturely. I gave her the right information, and she needed that, right? She needed that. All right. Let's go ahead and switch on over to the browser screen, and let's get to this blog here on the thoughtcatalog.com site, written by Nicolau Monteya. It's called 8 Signs Your Life is Going in the Right Direction. Number 1, your life is hard. No kidding. No kidding. Life is not easy. Things happen. When you strive to attain your goals, it will always be tough no matter what they are. You will face jealousy from those who want you to stay at their level, like the trolls. They're insecure. They're weak, needy, desperate, insecure. They project their insecurities because they want to be like you. They wish they could do what you do, right? I deal with people like this all the time. You will face failure on a weekly basis. You will go through extreme doubt about your decisions. You will ponder the meaning of life at the worst possible times, and you will want to go back to your unfulfilling yet comfortable previous existence. Let's take Moonchild, for example, again. She's stuck in a relationship that's unfulfilling, but she's comfortable in it because she's getting other things out of it that aren't healthy in a relationship, right? When she realizes that it's not good for her and she removes herself and starts to rebuild in a better way, okay, that'll change her life. But somehow you always find a way to stay on top and then control the situation by having the courage and perseverance to always get back up and consistently work towards your dream. That's what I do each and every day. I've been hitting it hard lately. I think for the last 3 or 4 days, I've done 2 streams, and my sleeping pattern's been off. But that's how much I believe in myself and how much I want to make this work and how much I enjoy helping people. Number 2, you're honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, how can you be honest with other people? And how can you expect them to be honest with you? Hard doesn't always equal good. You have the ability to quickly realize when you're wasting your time in a rotten venture, and you make the right decisions to make a change. You don't stay in situations that constantly undermine your potential and your future, just like that relationship I've been talking about. You don't stay in situations that constantly undermine your potential and your future. All the positive thinking, the good life habits, and the perseverance wouldn't mean a damn thing if you worked a 9-to-5 job that feels like walking barefoot on a carpet of rusty nails. In other words, you have to love what you do. If you don't love what you do, it's going to feel like the blog author said. You're walking barefoot on a carpet of rusty nails. You're going to be struggling to make it through your work days just to get your paycheck, to be able to pay your bills. When you love what you do, it makes all the difference. I love what I do. I love helping people. You invest in the long term. Parties, hookups, cookies, video games, TVs, and movies are all necessary. Hookups. Okay. But they don't give anything more than the few seconds of joy that don't last beyond the moment. I'm not into hookups. I'm not into partying. I like, birthday parties and stuff like that, but not the kind of partying that some people do as a single person, like getting drunk and doing all those crazy things, right? Focusing on activities that bring long-term benefits won't give you anything until 5 or maybe 10 years. I always look for the future, right? Like I say, If you work hard at something, it'll take a while to build. It may take me 5 or 10 years to really get this where I want to get it to. But once it gets there, it will be sustainable long term. But then you will realize the little changes you brought to your life have been accumulating to make you a better, more successful person in all those areas that matter. As you go along throughout the years of your life, you gain experience. You make mistakes and you learn from those mistakes and you learn how to do things better the next time around. Absolutely. Number 4, last week is old news for you. Absolutely. Reminds me of the trolls that like to bring up things that happened 2 or 3 years ago. I mean, come on. It's old news, right? You quickly forgive, forget, and move on from your past mistakes. I do, but a lot of people hold on to resentment. I don't. No matter how big they are, if something doesn't interfere directly with your life or still have consequences to it right now, then it is not relevant anymore. None of that past drama or BS is relevant at all. It's not relevant at all. Let it go and move forward. You apply the same principles with people as you don't spend energy holding grudges, right? I don't hold grudges. Don't hold on to resentment, folks. Learn to forgive and forget, right? Learn to forgive and forget. Have a forgiving nature. Now, I know there are some things that are unforgivable, but even with those things, just like withdraw from those people and ignore them and move on to more positive people and positive things. Instead, you mercilessly kick those bad seeds out of your life without wasting your time settling scores. That's what I do. I kick the trolls out. I've removed good, close friends out of my life in the past that were hindering me from the positivity and creating the success I wanted to create for myself. All right. We're going through this pretty quickly. So, folks, get your questions in. We're going to be going off the air in about 10 to 15 minutes. All right. Twerk. I'm going to read your message and I'm going to ban you. I'm actually going to ban you right now. Oh, thank you. Thank you for banning him, Dream. I was just about to ban him. Are you proud that you caused a problem in somebody's relationship tonight for content? Is that you, Moonchild's boyfriend? Are you that insecure, bro? Listen, dude, the more you keep coming at me, if that's you, the more of a fool I'm going to make you look in front of her. Nobody knows who you are or who she is. You guys are using, private, usernames. You're not using your real name. But if that's you, I assume that's got to be you, Moonchild's boyfriend. You're making yourself look more like a fool, bro. You keep coming at me because you think I'm wrong and you don't like what I'm saying, but you know deep within it's the exact truth. That's what you don't like about it. So, dude, if you want to keep coming in here on sock accounts and projecting your insecurities and making you look more of a fool to this woman that really cares about you, but is not being fulfilled because of the way you are, and you're not making the effort for her like you used to, then keep on doing it, dude. You're showing your own cards, bro. You're not affecting me. It's all good, bro. Real life experience. Dream, that was a pathetic dream. How much do you think that that's Moonchild's boyfriend projecting his insecurities? If you had to guess, you think that's probably him? Who else would be invested enough and be angry enough at the truth I've been sharing besides him? Pathetic. Come on, dude. You ain't fooling me, dude. If you're trying to fool anyone, you're fooling yourself, bro. You're fooling yourself. That's pretty sad and pathetic, dude. It's all good. It's all good. Number 5, you build instead of destroying. Right. That's what I do. Upon making radical decisions to their life, people are often tempted to lash out at their flaws and themselves, thinking they would incite quicker change in results. No, you'll just incite drama, and you'll get people to feel sorry for you for a little bit, and then they'll get tired of that and remove themselves from you. Don't do that. Build instead of destroy. But you focus on the right things you should be doing instead of reminding yourself of the wrong things you shouldn't be doing. Until you learn what those wrong things are, you're going to be making mistakes. But after you make the same mistakes for a few times, you should learn from them and reflect on those mistakes so you don't make them again. That way, you're going to be doing the right thing or things instead of the wrong things. Consequently, that's how you would raise your kids. You would put more effort on giving them praise when they adopt the right attitude instead of spending energy on punishing them when they don't. Right. Absolutely. American Dream 6.2 says, I don't know. It seems like it's someone here to start trouble. I think it's him. It's either him or it could be a troll. Who cares? Either way, I did my job. I did my best to help these people resolve their issue or issues, right? If they don't want to hear the truth, that's on them. I'm all about the truth over here. The truth hurts. I can't help you unless I'm honest with you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even apologize. It's the truth. Number 6, you seek balance. You understand you can't work hard and be successful without having the other parts of your life together. Learn to balance your work and your personal life. Learn to balance everything out so you don't get stressed out and you're unbearable to be around, right? You take the time to sit down and listen to music for a good hour many times a week. That's very relaxing. That's a good way to do it. You take walks in the parks or forests to breathe the good weather and be appeased by the wind and trees around you. I love going hiking, walks at the park. They ramp up those endorphins and make you feel better. When I don't go on a hike for a while, it's been several weeks since I've been on a hike, I begin to feel like the feeling of missing the hiking. Like I begin to feel like I'm out of balance a little bit. That's how I'm kind of feeling right now, which is what I'm trying to say. Because I've been working hard out here on YouTube. So what I'm probably going to do this weekend, or maybe sometime this week, is at least maybe take one day off or take the weekend off, and balance myself out so I can come back next week and give it another strong week. I know some of you may miss me because I've been on every single day, once or twice a day, for like almost 3 weeks straight now. But you got to balance it out, folks. You got to balance it out. It's very important. You make effort to create real connections with people even if you never see them again. Just like with Moonchild. I may never hear from her again, right? Made a real connection with her, helped her genuinely from the bottom of my heart. But because I was very honest, and she's probably getting heat from her boyfriend, okay? She may never come back, and that's fine. That's fine. But everything was genuine. It still is, in my eyes. You have a challenging and satisfying job, but you manage it intelligently so it doesn't spill all over your free time and personal life. Balance, balance, balance. Balance your personal and your work life, and you'll be just fine. Number 7, trust your gut. You learn to listen to your instincts and act accordingly, because every time you didn't, you regretted it deeply. I trust my gut and my intuition. I have a very strong intuition. I'm very intuitive. For a man, I'm more intuitive than the average guy. That's why guys can't pull one on me, and that's why women can't pull one on me. I can help you guys become more intuitive and learn to pick up on subtle differences that will be a telltale sign about how people really are compared to what they're telling you, right? Again, look at what somebody does, not what they say. Listen to what they say, but more so believe what they do than what they say they're going to do, right? Come on. When you meet people, your gut judges them for the first few seconds and rapidly draws a conclusion. I give people the benefit of the doubt until they give me a reason to no longer give them that benefit. That's how I do it. Then they start talking to try to feed you a different impression. Some people do that. Just be yourself. If you try to be somebody else, even if you pull it off for a little while, eventually that person that you're trying to pull that off to is going to figure you out. And you may not be the person that they were looking for or wanted to be with, and then they're just going to remove you from their life. When your gut tells you someone is dishonest, it is always right. When you get that feeling, go with it. My intuition is typically spot on about almost everything. Has it been 100% right? No, but it's been about 99.9% right. Okay. Let me check out the chat here real quick before I go over the last aspect. Nothing happened in the chat, folks. Please get your questions, comments, or concerns in the chat right now in the next 2 to 3 minutes. I'll check out the chat one more time on Facebook and YouTube before I go off the air, right after I read this final aspect. Number 8, you have internal references. There was a time when the youth could listen to their elders, follow their wisdom, and apply their teachings to their life without many modifications. There were well-detailed, predefined paths that you could follow to attain a certain level of glory without having to reinvent the wheel. But that hardly applies to our generation, as everything changes at light speed. But society is not straightforward anymore, and uncertainty is the norm. It's true. In this world of chaos, deceptive propaganda, and covert self-interest, you have learned to be your own parent and teacher. You have raised yourself and created your own thriving reality without seeking validation or instructions from anyone else. Easier said than done. The bottom line is this, and this is why I do what I do here today and why my show is called Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, because this modern world is crazy and it's brand new. And it's an era in our history unlike anything we've experienced before. But as the blog author says here, okay, there were well-detailed, predefined paths that you could follow to attain a certain level of glory without having to reinvent the wheel. But that hardly applies to our generation. As everything changed at light speed, everything's changed, right? I was raised to be a good, down-to-earth, Christian, God-loving man, Greek Orthodox to be exact. I was raised to love people no matter what. I was raised traditionally, with traditional morals, values, and ethics, and those have gone out the window in the modern world. I've had to adapt to the modern world. And you need to learn to adapt to the modern world too. And I can actually help you with that. That's why I do what I do here. That's why I'm honest and straightforward when people come to me for help, because I can't help someone that's not open to the help and doesn't understand the way things are in the modern world. It's different than it used to be. So that's that. I don't think there's any more here. That was 8 signs your life is going in the right direction. I'm going to switch back over to full screen, and I'm going to add the link to this blog as a source about a third of the way down on the YouTube side of things. So just give me a second, please. And I just saved it, so if you refresh, you come back on the replay, you'll be able to see it. I'm also going to add it to the Facebook side of things. And there it goes. All right, American Dream, still watching with the eyes. And number one pool player, have a good night all. Got to get up early. Well, thank you so much. All right, folks, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. Thank you to American Dream 6.2. Thank you to number one pool player. Thank you to, who else was here? Bill Bradford was here. Thank you once again for the $5 Super Chat, American Dream 6.2. GLM was here earlier. God loves me. Rogue Internet Man stopped on by. James Pink, Grandpa Joe, and many more that I missed. Also, thank you to Schneer, Sue, and Johnny from the Facebook side of things. All right, folks. I will more than likely be back tomorrow, unless I decide to take tomorrow off. I'm going to definitely take probably a day off at some point this week. If not, maybe definitely at least take 1 or 2 days off during the weekend. But you never know. You never know. Like I know I need to take a break and rest and do other things. But if I'm in the mood to stream, I'm going to stream even on a day off. It's just the way I work. But if you don't see me for a day or so, just know I'm all good and just taking a day away to relax and keep myself balanced. So I can come back and be refreshed and continue helping you folks accomplish whatever it is that your hearts desire. With that being said, have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Remember, don't give up. Whoops. Don't give up. Don't give up. Take care. Bye. Bye.